Hey guys, Carla here, and I'm just going to piggyback on the video I did yesterday about cheese and that being very habitual to just kind of order something and not think about it. And it can be the difference between changing a habit that can be really beneficial and healthy for you. So, my sister, shout out to her, woo woo, I love her, was texting me and saying, yeah, I remember a few years ago I mentioned that to you and said something like, maybe just don't get a venti Starbucks, get a grande, and then kind of go down from there. And instantly in my head, I went to, it's just not that easy. And I really want to be careful how I say what I'm going to say, because that's the difference between making that choice to make a change and not, is your thinking. So back then, a few years ago, I've been on my weight loss journey for 2 years now. And it took me a while to get there to even make that decision. But even before then, so I would say from like 2008 to what are we in, 2020? So to 2016, 17, around there, I went through a lot of stuff. And I'm not going to go into it on this one. I'll tell my story later. But I went through a lot of stuff. My son was born in 2007. And then my husband and I found ourselves, him without a job, me only working part-time, and a lot of other things from there. So financial stress, new baby stress. I had no one to help me with, Jacob, as far as family goes, that lived close by. I had a few friends, but they were a lot of college age friends. So, and then James, when he did finally get a new job, he was away for 6 months. So it was just a lot of stuff. And I'd already kind of let myself go while I was pregnant, just kind of eating not the greatest, because for myself, I was never super unhealthy. I was raised in a family with very healthy habits. I just love candy, cake, and all the sweet stuff, and it just became my medicine. And so that's how I dealt with everything that was going on, was that overeating, eating, the easiest thing possible, which to me at that time, going through all of this stuff, was either fast food or, microwave food that wasn't the healthy choice, because you can still have microwave food and it be healthier. So I just was thinking about that, because at that time when I was going through everything, I could not see that option at all. I was going through a lot of stuff, and that was how I was coping. And the reason that I love Corinne Crabtree, and I think I forgot to put her information in my comments in my video yesterday, so I'll do that today, and also another one I want to talk about in just a second. But the reason I love her so much is because she talks about dealing with your feelings, your emotions, and all that stuff. So after I lost 20 pounds, I knew instantly that that was where I'd always given up, and that this time going past 20 pounds was going to take more than food, was going to take more than being about my food choices. It was going to take a lot of work on my emotions, my internal, how I dealt with things. So I had to decide that I was ready to do the work, and I was, but I fought myself a little bit. So I guess that's kind of what I wanted to really just say today, was that yes, habits obviously are going to be important. And yes, we can choose to not have the cheese and to get only a tall when we go to Starbucks. And we can choose little things that are definitely going to be very important. But the biggest decision that you will ever make is to work on yourself and deal with the things that are going on. And I know some of you aren't ready. I was not ready for a very long time. So almost 10 years, And in those 10 years, I used a lot of things to numb the pain, to cope. And none of them were healthy at all. And I just was done. I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired of just not dealing with it the way that I was proud of, right? So I wasn't happy with myself for making those choices. Looking back, and I love what Corinne teaches, is that don't beat yourself up. You did what you had to do to get through, and you did your best, and that's okay, right? So I'm not going to look at myself and beat myself up for the choices I made in the past. What I'm going to do is live in the future and live in the now, more so in the now, making better choices now. And I still mess up, and that's okay. But if you want to make the choice to learn how to deal with stuff, yes, it is messy. Yes, it takes a lot of emotional energy. But to me, that is more beneficial and worth it than just shoving everything down, right? So if you want to start small, habits are a great way to start. And if you're ready to go even deeper, start looking into books and podcasts and things like that that can help you get where you need to go. I 110 million% believe in counselors or therapists or all that kind of stuff. So do whatever you need to do to help you. I've spent many workouts in tears, which sounds probably weird maybe to some people, but I've been walking, listening to music or podcasts, bawling my eyes out because I'm just letting stuff go. And I don't talk about my stuff to a lot of people. Certain friends probably know what I've been through. And it's just life stuff, guys. It's not like, I don't know, something crazy and huge, right? I've had stuff in my life when I was younger and stuff too, but it's just life stuff. But it just all of a sudden kind of hit me all at once. And I was never really prepared emotionally to deal with those things, while having a baby. So, and I'm a very internal person. So of course it kind of makes sense I would turn to food, right? It's internally dealing with stuff. So I didn't probably, number one, reach out as much as I needed to or share with anybody or all that good stuff. But I literally was probably just trying to survive. So there's more to it than just not choosing cheese. And I get that more than anybody will know. Okay. So I understand that. But I also know that it's totally worth it to go through it. And that's where I kind of stall out, when there's kind of a little block that I have because of my thoughts and my beliefs. That's when I hit a plateau, right? And that's when I need to put in a little extra work. Up here though, there is food stuff, but that's where it starts to me. It's all up in the mind and all up in your head. And you need to figure that stuff out. And I don't know, if anybody has weight issues that doesn't have some stuff going on. There may be, but to me, it's all something is going on, something's deeper, and we need to get to that. So I want everyone out there to know that I get that. I've been there. And I want you to know you can choose though. So, and you can go slow as you want. Okay. There's no rush. I've lost, I think it's 67 pounds. It's been 2 years and that's amazing. I'm not saying good, bad, or whatever, but everybody has their own journey. Some people have lost 100 pounds in 18 months, whatever it is. Some people have lost 20 pounds in 2 years, whatever. So it's your journey. You do it your way, but you can start. And yes, it is work, but it's worth it. And I would much rather go through life how I am now. And I'm more equipped now. So when things come my way in life, I know how to better deal with them. And I want that. I want that for my kids. I want that for my family, my friends around me. I want them to know how to deal with things in a healthy way, right? So I want those tools. I want those tools for everybody. And that's what I want to use now to deal with things, not hiding, not pushing things down, shoving them away, or trying to ignore them, because they'll always be there. They will always come out somewhere. So, might as well just hit them head on, right? Just face it right then and there. So I love you guys. Have an amazing day. And I understand. I've been there.